Alright, I'm joined once again by Sad-0 for another game of React, this time focusing on me playing as the painter, and Sad-0 focusing on the fortune teller, as it seems like people have had some confusion on the fortune teller about how like playing face down cards in the React chain work. So we're gonna have a nice little 1v1 of each of us taking a game going first, just to show how each character goes starting first, how this matchup kind of goes. And yeah, if you want to kind of go, Sad-0, over the fortune teller, kind of what the gameplay style is and what you're going to be focusing on in this matchup.
So fortune teller in general in this game is very much a mid game to late game powerhouse, because early game you have a very tough time approaching the opponent using your cards efficiently, because you pretty much require melee range for almost everything you do. So you're basically required to be next to the opponent for as long as as much of the game as possible. So the goal is to approach, which does kind of favor Painter, because Painter early game, when she has a ton of dice, is very, very scary in melee range. But in the mid game, once Painter kind of starts to run out of dice before she ascends, or right after she ascends, she'll be a bit weaker, and that's when you need to approach and go for the win. So that's kind of generally how this matchup should play out. It's pretty much up in the air because it's always determined by a bit of luck.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's definitely going to be my playthrough of like the painter, as I often kind of play it loosey-goosey of like sometimes I focus on that masterpiece and like ascending to Gabriel, yeah, to just get all that extra value. But sometimes I like going the aggressive route and being like, I've got the bow, I'm taking the shot. I feel like this is definitely one where, yeah, if I can get like one turn to set up, I can start doing things where I just say, hey, I might play one intention, and if you don't react, I don't react. I might just let your face down stuff sit there and just build up more dice, build up more resources until I can better control the board.
Yes, that's the late game with Painter, which is very strong.
Do
we want to roll for first?
I would say I'll let you go first. I seem to be on a roll of letting the guests go first. And yeah, we'll do 2 games, one with Fortune Teller first, one with Painter first. And we'll get started, which you'll, of course, start with the cup face up. I have an interesting setup where I start with my 3 dice. I know who's going first and who's going second, so I get my 3 dice and then decide which of the armaments I summon. Let's see, which is the dice roll? Not that button. Is it R? Yeah. All right, so 2 bows and a sword. So yeah, let's start turn 1 with a bow. I don't start with drawing any dice on my turn, so you can get things started.
The tarot cards know all.
I think I will start with an intention A of the fortune teller.
Excellent. So looking at the top card, putting it face down the React chain in the 3rd or 4th slot, or discard it, and then place a cost in the zone. Yep, no reaction from me.
Yeah. I will go ahead and draw the top. And then I will place it on your standee.
And something interesting here is with the fortune teller, her special ability lets you place cards, specifically intentions, face down in the 3rd or 4th slot. But with that intention, that is the only way to put her 1 reaction card face down in those subzones.
Yes. So the way that this specific mechanic works in the game is fortune teller can normally most like all react characters can only play a intention in the 1st slot. However, fortune teller specifically can put those in the 3rd or 4th slot. However, they will sit there until they are triggered. So they will sit there until a card is played in either the 2nd spot, which will trigger the 3rd, or the 3rd spot, which will trigger the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just sit there until it's disturbed. It will never change.
That's right. But we kind of have an idea of things that it could be, as knowing the fortune teller, there is the super powerful sword that can hit anywhere on the board as long as it's in that force zone. But you could be psyching me out, and maybe it's just a wand that lets you move 2 in that direction. So that's the guessing is like, ooh, I don't know what that is. And you're trying to figure out where to place these things before they've even activated.
Now, in this specific case, like the worst case for trio here would be I have a cup down there, which will let me basically choose any intention in my hand to use when we actually activate it. I think with that, I will actually just go ahead and pass the turn.
Excellent. Very easy first turn there. So you unexhaust. I progress my masterpiece, which I will slam jam my top one in the middle there. I'll get a new dice. Another bow. Excellent. I will start off with exhausting myself for intention B to progress my masterpiece and gain 1 die. Oh, no! Tabletop?
So it'll specifically be pointing in that direction.
Yes.
I will react with the cup.
Excellent. So once that resolves, you'll be able to reverse any other tarot card. No reaction from me.
And then I will react with another cup in that direction. Flipping another cup.
Flipping another cup. Excellent. So knowing that and quickly going over what the cup does, it gets replaced by another card in your hand. Normally another intention, but I have seen if you have a handful of bottomless cups, oh boy, are they bottomless into each other.
Yes.
But along with basically being a reaction that can use any of your other intentions in hand, it does also reverse the cup, so keeps your cup train going. So, not knowing what any of these could be, and they could be the sword that just hits me here, I think I do have to be safe and just be, in case, react with my bow, which will spend 2 of my bow die. And this is going to make it so that way I can move a friendly artist or summon 1 space in the chosen direction, so 1 space towards you.
Alright, so you're moving towards me.
I will. If we can move that 3, just so that way it doesn't fall on. Perfect.
So the first will be a wand.
That's what I figured. So you get to move any 1 artist or summon 2 spaces towards me.
And because a cup was resolved, I also get to reverse the cup again. And also, because I'm resolving something in the force slot, I will get to refresh another tarot card, which I will get the wand.
The wand. Excellent. So what are you moving?
I will move myself. I'm moving myself 2 forward.
Excellent.
So that is what is in the force slot. Then I will do another wand.
Another wand. And since it's not in the 3rd slot, it's going to move you 1.
Yep.
Very nice.
And then I will, with my final cup, so the fortune manipulation cup, I will refresh the sword.
And there it is. Yep. Excellent.
Right.
So then mine finally resolves. I'll progress my masterpiece, gain a die. It'll be a shield. Now, this was my thought process, as I definitely knew you could get very close to me, and this might have been a bad choice. Because now you have sword on reaction that can kill. You still have to choose a spot, so it could kill either me or the wand, depending on what you choose. Probably me. But with the painter and her only being able to summon armaments in the 4 corner spots, move myself forward gave me another spot for another summon. Though Now it's that situation of, oh, and also I used my bow, so that's exhausted. Now I can't really summon anything without giving you the chance for a free swing. That swing's happening no matter what eventually. Which I feel like, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to take because I really need to get my shield out. So I am going to use my Tools of Gold. I see you already placing down the thing. Yep.
I will be reversing the sword to attempt to do 1 damage to you.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a dice, and I'm going to summon an armament. You are using the sword to hit me.
Yep.
I've got no further reaction. Any on yours?
Nope.
All right, so I will take a hit from your sword, and I will summon my shield, and I'm going to summon it back here. And with that, I will end my turn.
All right.
Oh, thank goodness, I got another bow.
Yeah, that's very lucky on your end.
RNGesus is with me, and my gutsy plays.
Very lucky, very lucky.
And you have to progress your masterpiece.
Yes. I will progress to here. Intention A, the fortune teller.
Sounds good. No reaction from me.
I will draw. I will place it here. Targeting myself in that direction.
Okay, so this is on. I don't know how to do the ping, but yeah, it's on your zone.
It's on my zone, yes.
Got it.
And it is pointing towards you.
Excellent.
Now I'm going to intention a sword on myself.
Intention a sword on yourself. Okay, so what I hear is that a pentacle is happening. And let's see. And if pentacle's happening, just trying to think. If you could swap with the bow, that is technically possible. And that's the thing, is like, I gotta think, if all the switching happens and I try to interact with it in any way, when does that all happen? Oh, all right. I'm gonna need to think the math on this, because you have both the wand and cup up, so that's a free reaction. So I could potentially wait things out. But the question is, do you then have the bottomless cup in hand? You've already gone through 2. Yeah, I think this works out. I'm not the smartest, but I'm going to be gutsy with it. I'm going to exhaust the bow and choose towards you, spending 2 bow die.
So that will flip a pentacles.
Excellent, which then gives me the chance to react to it. But I don't think I need to. I think if I'm doing this right, because that lets you swap any 2 R's or summon that are in or adjacent to that target zone. So you either swap with me or the bow. I think either way, my bow lets me dodge out of the way of the sword that's coming. So I will leave it to you to react to do anything further.
I will react with a wand in this direction.
All right, so you hop there. Then the swap can't happen, or then the swap. If you're there, you would have to swap with me, because if you try to swap with the bow, my shield would block that. So I think that's fine. I'm gonna say no reaction.
Okay. So This will actually result in a damage against you.
Okay.
I'll explain. I move.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting niche case.
Oh, I see what's happening. Yes.
So I can cause a swap failure
Yes.
because I can attempt to swap you and the bow
Right.
with the action with 3. So I'm attempting to swap you and the bow.
And then I'm the one hopping into this attack
and
zone.
you're the one hopping into this attack zone. Yes.
Ah, that's where I messed up.
So you should have reacted with the shield into that zone, probably no matter what.
Yeah, I spent
but
2 dice
then-
to get hit.
Yeah, to still get hit. So I think you were pretty much screwed either way. I think it doesn't do too much.
I did make you spend a lot of resources, if anything.
True.
But being 2 down is not great.
No, I think you just lose though now because I can just intention the sword on you.
You intention the sword on me, and then I guess the question is, do you have a bottomless cup? Because I will, react.
It doesn't actually matter because then I will react with the cup, which turns the sword up.
Right. So I still think that's fine, because, I spend my shield dice.
Yep.
I assume you're not reacting past that.
I'm not reacting past that. The shield dice gets canceled.
Yep.
And then the final damage comes from any intention in my hand.
Ah,
And then reacting with the sword on you.
fair enough. Yeah, I wasn't sure how many cards were in hand.
Yep, I had 2 cards left, so
Gotcha.
I had enough.
Yep, so I tried being a little tricky with it, and I seem to just play into your hand. So, good first game.
Yep. I think the mistake in this one specifically is Fortune Teller can be very strong in the melee range. So if you do intention B, you are suddenly like accelerating yourself into that weak mid game that Painter tends to have.
Yeah.
So Painter needs to do intention A in this matchup, just so you have enough dice to actually be a threat to me.
Right.
So as soon as I saw a intention B, I was like, I'm gonna pull the trigger on that wand that I had, and I could just go for it.
Fair enough, and that's the master plays that we want to see.
So that was my conclusion based off of the game.
Excellent. Well, this time we're going to go for game 2, and this time I'll get to go on the early offensive, as I'll go first.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
All right, so you got your opening hand. I get my 3 dice. Give those a roll. Oh, and I'll be starting with a bow, as RNG as intended.
Fascinating.
All right, and I don't get to get a dice for my first turn. So instead, I will go ahead and this time go for... I need all this dice, like you were suggesting.
Yes.
Intention A, just gain 3 dice.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I'll go 1, 2, 3. Give those a roll. More bows.
That is a lot of bows.
And 1 sword. Then I will go ahead and spend one of those bow die to move me or my armaments 1.
I will react with the cup.
Sounds good. No reaction from me.
Alright, sounds good. I will turn up the wand,
Sounds good.
so I have something to not get shot.
I'm going to move up and up. I'm then going to use this again, spending another bow to summon an armament.
I have no reactions to that.
All right. I'm going to summon the sword. And I'm going to spend a bow die to summon an armament.
No reaction.
All right. I could have tried to go all in with the bow this turn, but I think I'm just going to set up my entire game plan and hopefully be ready for either drawing a sword or a shield on your turn, as I will pass.
Alright.
A sword. Okay.
That is interesting.
And you get to progress your masterpiece.
Yes. I will progress here.
Mhm.
I am going to intention A the fortune teller.
Sounds good. No reaction here.
I'm putting it in slot 4. I'm going to intention a sword targeting you.
Huh. Okay, so you got to be in or adjacent to that zone. And you've currently got the wand up. That's it. You got this face down card. So I just got to think, when is the best time to react? And if I do react, does that just fill up the chain more for you? Because let's see. That could be a wand moving you 2. And then if you play the wand, moves you 1 more. So I think probably best to... Is it best to do it? Yes, it's best to... No. No reaction.
I will react with a cup targeting here.
Targeting there. All right. Because what my thought process is, if I had moved at the end and you just ran into me, you would have been able to block any movement that I did with my wand. So now I am going to react with the wand, spending 2 bow die and targeting to my right. And this will then flip over yours.
That flips a wand.
Excellent. And now here's something that I am so glad was given because she needed it. I get the chance to react, and I will react by exhausting the painter. And this...
Just to prevent me from doing anything.
It's a May ability to refresh an exhausted armament. All I need to do is fill up that 5th slot as for, once again, going over how the fortune teller works. Even though I technically played the last card, whenever the fortune teller's face down cards flip up, the opponent gets the first chance to react to it. So, yep, I'm going to fill up that zone. It's not going to do anything but make this chain resolve.
Okay. So, I will move myself 2 towards you.
Yep, and then I will move me and my armaments 1. If you can grab that 2 there.
Yeah.
Now, if that 2 is going to be replaced with a sword, I'm going to lose my sword, but you know what? Better than taking the damage.
Yeah. I'm revealing the sword. Oh, also, because the wand resolved and the 4th slot, I get to flip the sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because a cup resolved, I get to flip the cup.
Very nice.
And then the 2nd sword misses as well.
All right, and let's clean this up here. And this is still your turn, I believe. Yes.
I already did intention the fortune teller, yes. I believe somehow, Trio, you are like very unlucky because I don't know how this works out every time. I'm going to intention the sword targeting you. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind.
Taking it
I
back.
miscounted. I miscounted my movement.
How many cards in hand?
Ah,
3?
yes. 3.
And yeah, you've got all but the Pentacle reversed. Very nice tarot cards flipped.
Very nice tarot cards, yes. I actually have nothing left, so I will pass the turn.
Whew, alright. Lost my sword, but I can get that back. Progress my masterpiece and get a new die. It's another sword. Oh, joy. Alright. We can unexhaust you. And I think I'll just go ahead. Exhaust myself.
I'm unexhausted yet. Not
And
that it really matters.
I'm choosing to gain 3 dice.
I will react with the cup.
Fair enough. Get that last thing. No reaction from me. Actually, put that back.
Are you going to react?
I can't. I got nothing besides swords.
Okay. I will flip the cup then. Flip the pentacles.
All right. 3 dice for me.
You said put that back. I just did the effect anyways.
All right. There we go. Some other dice to use.
Woo!
All right. And yeah, now you're basically, if you ever want to, you can just do a free action. Let's see. I'm going to spend a sword dice, since I have so many, to summon an armament.
I will react with the pentacles.
Ooh, okay. Sounds good. No reaction from me, which this is the first time we're seeing it. It just draws you a card.
I will draw a card, yeah.
All right, and I will break out my sword. I will then use my trusty sword, exhausting it and spending 1 sword dice, and then it is allowed to hit any zone adjacent to it.
I will react with the sword, targeting the sword.
And I will react with the shield, targeting there and spending 1 shield dice. This is also technically the first time we're seeing this match. So I get to target a zone, place a holy shield in that zone, which will block 1 damage this turn. And if for some reason that damage never happens, at the end of the turn, I get that shield token back into a new dice.
Yep, sounds good.
Any reaction from you?
Nope.
All right, so I'm going to place a shield token there. Do I need to place it? Because you're just going to hit that.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting it. So it's not optional, right? I have to hit it.
Yeah. And then I deal 1 damage with the sword.
I take 1 damage. Perfect.
Perfect. And with that, I will pass the turn.
Okay. Hitting your die.
Gain my die for turn. It is a shield.
It is a shield.
So I've got both shield and sword and painter react online.
True.
And you progress masterpiece.
Yes.
And this is definitely something I'm definitely realizing is, as those of us who have played enough React, we get to the point where we don't really need to ascend. Like, the masterpiece system is kind of just there, and it kind of just happens if it needs to, but most of the time we finish the game before we ascend.
Alright. I am intentioning a sword in this zone.
Sword in that zone. Intriguing. Alright, so I foresee Les Pentacles happening using a bottomless cup. So I'm going to react with a sword, spending 2 sword dice.
Great. Yeah, I will react with a cup in this zone.
That zone. Sounds good, sounds good. And then I will react with my shield, targeting your sword zone, spending a shield dice.
Great. So for that, I will be doing that. So yeah, you get your Holy Shield token.
Which I will
Just so we can
place.
I placed it down.
Thank you.
Sorry. You get your shield back. Now I am going to Pentacles swap myself and the sword. And so this will drag all of your armaments with you.
Yep, it is a legal position.
Then you get to hit me with the sword if you would like.
I would like to hit you with the sword, yes.
Okay, I will take 1 damage from the sword. And then I will knock the shield token off.
Yep. And then you get to reverse the cup.
I do get to reverse the cup.
Very nice. I'm at 2 damage on you, and I haven't taken any, though I'm probably going to take a bunch right now.
Yes, the question is whether I can kill you or not.
I've got only 1 bow die, which unfortunately does absolutely nothing.
Alright, so I believe I can kill you, and it's very odd how I'm going to do it.
I'd love to see it.
Specifically with all of the cards in my hand. So I will intention the sword targeting you.
All right. Just in case it does anything, I am going to react.
It doesn't really do anything, but nice. I will then react with the cup.
Reacting with the cup. All right. Sounds good. Oh, because the sword's already down, yeah.
The sword flips, yeah.
Sounds good. And then deal 1 damage to me.
Yep. Oh, actually, I'm not sure I can guarantee it. So it might be a 1 in 3.
Okay.
So the sword dealt 1 damage. Now I will intention a wand in that direction.
Sounds good. No reaction I've got.
I will react with the sword targeting you.
Sounds good.
And then I will react with a bottomless cup of fate in that space.
Intriguing. All right. Don't forget to flip your wand or your sword. Sorry.
Yes.
All right. How many cards in hand?
0.
0. Okay. Intriguing.
I'm just doing that to flip the cup up.
Interesting. Fair enough. All right. So yeah, that does nothing. There's no cards to replace. You hit me for 1.
Yep. So you are at 2 damage and I'm at 2 damage.
And then you move yourself into me. You just needed to do a reaction.
Just needed to do the intention. Now, I will intention A, the fortune teller.
Sounds good. No reaction.
And I will react with the cup.
Nice.
Flip the sword up. And so this is what I meant. Wait, where the heck did? Oh, there it is.
Ooh, so it's gonna be super close. Potentially.
Yeah. So I'm going to place this face up right here.
Face down.
Face down. Yes, I meant face down. In your zone, in that direction. In this direction, actually.
All right.
No, in this direction. Yeah. That. So then I will pass the turn.
All right. Progress my masterpiece and gain a dice.
You draw it? You do not.
I do not get the shield. In which case, I pass the turn.
Yep. Yes, you do.
And that's not going to do nothing because the bow cannot move
think you
me
lose.
in any direction that matters because I unfortunately am blocked off by my summons.
Yep. Good game?
Good game, yeah, because no
game.
matter what you do, you react with the sword, I'm dead. Good game.
I have a cup in hand, a wand in hand, and another cup in play, so...
Oh! Yeah, lovely. So yeah, personally, I am completely terrified of Fortune Teller. As soon as she gets close, she will stick to you like a bug, and then just stab you to death very easily.
Pretty much, yep. That is how Fortune Teller works.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for the matches again, Sad-0, for joining me today.
They were great. I haven't played Fortune Teller in so long, because nobody lets me play her. So, I wonder why.
I wonder why. And I love the painter, but she is a little bit RNG, and I definitely, played that first game a little weakly, running right into you.
I think if you had gotten the shield there, I was pretty much screwed.
True.
If you had gotten the shield there, I would have been done.
And yeah, just 1 in 3 chance, so hey, that's RNGesus. It didn't last.
RNGesus. Yep. Good game.
Good game.